Ah, podium mic. Podium. Hello, hello. Hello, check. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Angikam bhuvanam yasya vachikam sarva vangmayam aharyam chandra taradi tam numaha satvikam shivam. He whose bodily movement is the entire universe, whose speech is the essence of all languages, he who adorns the moon and stars, to that pure serene Shiva I bow. Namaskaram everyone. I am Nikhil Dev Natarajan, a student of Sri Narayani Natyalaya. On behalf of our dance school and our dance teacher, Sri Santosh Kumar Tamang, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Bharatanatyam Arangetram, the graduation dance performance of Kumari Avani Upasana Kashyap, a fellow student of Sri Narayani Natyalaya. Sri Narayani Natyalaya is a school of traditional Bharatanatyam founded by Sri Santosh Kumar Tamang. Sri Santosh is a disciple of Vidwan Guru, late Sri T.K. Narayan, and Vidushi Srimati Jayalakshmi Narayan Amma. The Narayans are the direct disciples of Sri Muthukumara Pillai of Kattumanar Koil. Over 2 decades, Sri Santosh had an intense training in Bharatanatyam under Guru T.K. Narayan. Later, he did his post-graduation in Bharatanatyam from Hyderabad Central University. He also trained under Rajalakshmi Mami of Calcutta. Sri Santosh even today continues to learn Bharatanatyam under Guru Srimati Gayatri Keshavan from Bangalore, who is also the daughter of his beloved Guru, late Sri T.K. Narayan. Sri Santosh also is trained in Carnatic music under Srimati Kamakshi Balasubramaniam, Calcutta. He is also trained in Mridangam under Vidwan Sri Subramaniam Karra. Ladies and gentlemen, I now request you all to join us together and welcome our chief guest for Jyoti Prajwalanam. I now invite our chief guest for today's evening, Dr. Kiranmayi Bonala, to kindly come up the stage and join us for the lamp lighting ceremony. Dr. Kiranmayi Bonala is a renowned exponent of Kuchipudi. She is the founder of Sammohana Arts Academy based in Hyderabad. Welcome, ma'am. It's an honor to have you with us this evening. I now invite our chief guest for today's evening, Professor J. Balasubramaniam, to kindly come up the stage and join us for the lamp lighting ceremony. Professor J. Balasubramaniam is a professor of mathematics in Department of Mathematics at IIT Hyderabad. Welcome, sir. It is a pleasure to have you with us this evening. I also invite Sri Anna Rao Garu to join the dignitaries for the lamp lighting ceremony. It's a pleasure to have you with us, sir. I now invite our chief guest for today's evening, Dr. Maithili Marat Anup, to kindly come up the stage and join us for the lamp lighting ceremony. Dr. Maithili is a renowned exponent of Mohiniyattam. She is an associate professor and coordinator, Department of Fine and Performing Arts, Geetham University, Hyderabad campus. I now request our honorable guests to be seated. I request Sri Jayakumar Bharadwaj, our vocalist, to start this wonderful evening with an invocation. Thank you, Sri Jaikumar Bharadwaj. Moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, the Upanishads propound, Devo Bhutva Devam Yajit. Become the divine in order to worship the divine. India has always embodied this eternal principle in its culture and spread it across the seas. Dance is considered as the highest order of dedication to please the divine. Of all the religious ceremonies, dance is thus considered as the most pleasing form of worship. The Tiruvilayadal Puranam explains the meaning of Bharata as a combination of Bha, Ra and Ta. Bha or Bhava representing the expression or the inner emotional intelligence, Ra or Ragam, representing the tune, to learn to keep in tune with the divine source of creation, and Ta or Talam, representing the rhythm that makes us the individuals, but all playing by the same tune. Bharatam or Bharatanatyam, thus, is not only a dance form, but the name taken upon by a culture. Hence, the very nation has always been referred to as Bharatavarsha, meaning a shower or cascade of bhava, raga, and tala. Bharatanatyam, Margam. Margam means path. Margam in Bharatanatyam refers to the traditional order in which the compositions are presented during a repertoire. The Margam, practiced today, was formulated in the 19th century by the four brothers known today as the Tanjore Quartet. Margam is a concept, a framework, or one can say it is a well thought of plan to approach any Bharatanatyam recital. The Margam is relative and subjective, flexible enough to incorporate a variety of dance compositions set in the Bharatanatyam movement vocabulary. A Margam typically consists of an invocatory piece, a central piece, Abhinaya pieces, and a culminating piece. Arangetram is the first milestone in a dancer's training. The word Arangetram literally means to ascend the stage. As the dancer completes the basic training, and when his or her guru rightly knows that it is time for the dancer to be presented to the audience, the dancer performs his or her first solo Margam, or a full Bharatanatyam repertoire. This effectively states that the student is now not merely an amateur, but a budding professional. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I feel extremely thrilled and elated to announce that this Arangetram of Avani Kashyap will be the 5th milestone of Sri Narayani Natyalaya. Before we start today's performance, let me introduce you all to our music ensemble, whom we consider to be the very backbone of this performance. We have Sri Jay Kumar Bharadwaj on vocal, Sri Srinivas Karra on mridangam, Sri Rayaprolu Sudhakar on veena, Sri Venkatesh on flute, Sri B. Ravikumar on ghatam, and we have our Santosh Anna on natuvangam. I would now love to introduce our dancer for today, Kumari Avani Upasana Kashyap. Kumari Avani is the daughter of Srimati Kripa Pranesh and Professor Sumohana Channappa. Avani grew up as an incredibly curious and artistic child, presently in grade 9, studying at Sri Chaitanya Techno School, Hyderabad. She began her journey with Bharatanatyam in 2014 in Sri Narayani Natyalaya under the tutelage of Sri Santosh Kumar Tamang. Under his able guidance, she performed on multiple occasions and events at Shilparamam and temples around Hyderabad. Avani is also a recipient of Center for Cultural Resources and Training, CCRT scholarship from the Ministry of Culture, Government of India for Bharatanatyam in 2021. Avani also has been trained in basic Carnatic music. She also enjoys hobbies like painting and pottery. And today, she is here amongst us for her big day. Ladies and gentlemen, I request everyone to pay attention to a very, very important announcement before we proceed. We request our audience to either switch off their mobile phones or turn them onto flight or silent mode. Any kind of oral or visual disturbance affects the quality of the show. Kindly do not record the performance on any mobile phones or video cameras unless you have been authorized to do so by the organizers or unless you are a reporter from the media. We request you to sit back and enjoy the show. Please realize that any traditional performance performed with live orchestration sounds and looks at its best when experienced live and not when seen from a recorded source. Sri Narayani Natyalaya has designated professional videographers and photographers who have been assigned their jobs to be documented into our digital archives. High-quality videos will later be posted to our social media. We kindly request the audience to value this creative content that has been put together after a lot of research and hard work put by the dance teacher and the student. You may follow us on our social media handles for videos and other updates. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look back into the olden days during the month of Margari, the South Indian temples have had a regular ritual where the deities were beautifully decorated and brought out of the temple and taken around for a procession. During these temple processions, the people would sing and dance to the praises of the deity. These songs of praises about the deity were called as Kautvams or Kavitvams. The custom was to use high-pitched ragas like Nattai, Varali, Arabhi to compose these kavitvams. Today evening, Avani will start her Arangetram with one such kavitvam in praise of Lord Vinayaka. Kautvams have a unique structure. It begins with a rhythmic recitation of Chollukattu, meaning a verbal description of an arrangement of beats or steps, followed by lyrics or sahitya, recited in the same rhythmic meter as a chollu, and later a melodic rendering of the lyrics ending with a Chollukattu. Hari Thiru Marugane Vigna Vinayaka, Vinegada Aruliya Ganapati Jaya Jaya. Here Ganapati is referred as the nephew of Hari. Ganapati, the elephant-faced one, who is worshipped by all the celestials, is the Lord known to remove obstacles. His grace shall remove one's evil deeds or karmas from the past. Victory to this Lord of Ganas goes the praise. Today's Kautvam was composed by Gangai Muttu Nattuvanar, who is known to be the ancestor of the Tanjore Quartet. This composition was composed back in 17th century in the language Tamil. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all together invite Avani to ascend her big stage today with the presentation of Ganesha Kautvam. Ganesha Kautvam set in Ragam Nattai, Talam, Chatushrayekam.
Vinayaka Vinegada Aruliya Ganapati Jaya Jaya Hari
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ganesha Kautvam in Ragam Nate, Talam Chatushra Ekam, and dance composed by Gangai Muttu Nattuvanar. Ladies and gentlemen, as a student who starts learning the sublime art of Bharatanatyam, one needs to learn the basic steps or adavus. Once the adavus are learned, the student is then taught to use them in presenting smaller compositions. Just like letters join to become words, and words join to become sentences and later as paragraphs in a language, adavus just go on to become compositions. One such composition that a Bharatanatyam dancer learns at the very beginning in a Margam tradition of repertoire is Alaripu. Alaripu is a pure Nritta composition, paying obeisance or salutation to the Almighty, Guru and audience. Alar means flower. Ipu means to blossom. The literal meaning is to bloom like a flower. So philosophically, we can describe that Alaripu is the one composition that helps the Bharatanatyam student to transform into a dancer, just like a bud is blooming into a beautiful flower. The distinguishing feature of this composition is that it gradually exposes the audience to a range of movements in Bharatanatyam, from subtle eye and shoulder movements to more complex movements that eventually culminate in intricate footwork. It also serves as an excellent warm-up for the dancer. Alaripus are performed in any of the 5 jatis, Tishram, Chatushram, Khandam, Mishram and Sankirnam. The composition is performed in 3 kalas or 3 different speeds. The movements start in Samasthanaka, then move on to Araimandi and then complete in Murumandi. It finally ends in an intricate Muktai. Alaripu, which is based on rhythm alone, brings out the charm of pure dance. The movements of Alaripu relax the dancer's mind. It loosens up the body and helps to coordinate her limbs and prepare her for the dance. This rhythmic composition of Alaripu has a very rare capacity to invoke concentration in the dancer. Avani will today be presenting Alaripu in Talam Tishram. Ladies and gentlemen, Alaripu. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Alaripu in Talam, Tishram. In Indian dance forms, a dancer uses their body to move and flow into different postures and interspersed with rhythm and music. This process of moving one's body has no specific needs. It has only come to us to create nothing but just aesthetics or beauty. This is how Bharata explained the meaning of nritta when asked by the sages. And when this pure nritta is set to a tune or ragam, in a particular rhythm or a talam, it becomes Jatiswaram. As a dance composition, Jatiswaram includes jatis and several korvais set to Pallavi, Anupallavi and Charanas. Some korvais are intervened by Meyadava, characterized by elaborate body movement. There is no sahityam involved in Jatiswaram. This does not particularly have to mean anything. Jatiswaram chosen to be presented this evening is composed by Sri K.N. Dandayudapani Pillai. He was an Indian classical dancer and choreographer considered by many as one of the leading exponents of the classical dance form of Bharatanatyam. He was also a teacher and trained multiple performers. Subsequently, he joined Kalakshetra of Rukmini Devi Arundel as a teacher where he taught for a number of years. He was known to have authored several compositions for Bharatanatyam. The Jatiswaram that Avani will be performing today is set in Ragam Khamas and Talam Rupakam. Ladies and gentlemen, Jatiswaram. That was Jatiswaram in Khamas, composed by K.N. Dandayudapani Pillai. After Alaripu and Jatiswaram, which are compositions that are essentially rhythmic in structure, we now move on to the fourth composition for today's evening, which is Shabdam. Shabdam is a composition in which the expressions or abhinaya are introduced along with the core voice for the first time in a repertoire. The song essentially tells the story about a particular deity. Shabdams are also referred to as Yashogeetam in Sanskrit. One can find the repeating praises paying respects to the deity at the end of each line. Saraswatiye Nada Brahmame Vani Deviye Sindai Kanindu Vandarul Purivai Ni Navile Arulvai. Goddess Saraswati is the cosmos of knowledge and arts. She is seated on a white lotus and adorning the purest of the white. She is the consort of Lord Brahma, who is worshipped by all the celestials. She holds the Vedas and the crystal garland in her hands, symbolic of the divine knowledge she imparts. She also plays the veena, which symbolizes that she is the goddess of all the creative arts. O Devi Saraswati, bless me with knowledge and reward me as I bow to your lotus feet, says the devotee. Avani will now be presenting a Shabdam set in Ragamalika. The ragas used are Saraswati, Hamsanadam, Ranjani, Brindavana Sarangi. Talam, Mishra Chapu. Composed by Sri Venkata Subramaniam in language Tamil. Ladies and gentlemen, Shabdam.
Saraswati
That was Shabdam in Raga Malika, composed by Sri Venkata Subramanyam in Talam, Mishra Chapu. Our next composition chosen for today's evening is by the great Muthuswami Dikshitar, known to be one of the musical trinity of the Carnatic music. He created about 500 compositions in total, most of which are widely sung by renowned musicians in Carnatic music performances even today. A number of compositions made by Muthuswami Dikshitar are in Sanskrit language. They have been set in the Kriti style, that is, a format in which the poetry is set to music. Throughout the course of his life history, Muthuswami Dikshitar toured a lot of holy places in the country. And he is said to have composed kritis on various deities and temples he visited. The most unique feature about the compositions of Dikshitar is that each one of it is brilliantly created. Each of the 500 compositions he has made is not only melodious but also full of depth. Though his Sanskrit compositions are themed on temples, gods and goddesses, yet all of them talk about the concept of Advaita. These songs, penned by Muthuswami Dikshitar, talk much about the history of temples and the customs and traditions observed within the presence. Thus, they also serve as valuable source of historical information. Avani will now be presenting a Padavarnam set in Ragam Todi, composed by Dikshitar. Padavarnams are interestingly the most enthralling compositions in a Bharatanatyam recital. Padavarnam are generally long and is the most demanding piece wherein the skill of the dancer is put to test. The dancer uses her feet to do the jatis. The hand gestures or the mudras communicate the meaning of the song, while the inner emotion is portrayed by the Satvika Abhinaya, or the subtle facial expressions. Today's Padavarnam is based on Bhakti Shringaram. Rupamu Juchi Valachi Vachitini, Kopamu Setura Swami Inta. This Sahityam part of the Swaras section in the Varnam has been supposedly penned by another stalwart of Carnatic vocalist, Tiger Varadacharya. The meaning of the Sahityam in this Varnam goes this way. Having beheld your ravishing form, I have approached you out of my strong admiration, desire and love. Why does this make you angry, my beloved Lord? Asked the Nayika. O Lord, you are known to shine resplendently and to eliminate the 3 types of miseries a mortal goes through. You are the one with an entrancing form, much more handsome than the 1,000 Manmadhas put together. I praise and worship you all the time. Why do you always perform your tricks on me instead of protecting me as I surrender myself to your lotus feet? Says the Nayika. Ladies and gentlemen, this Padavarnam is about Sri Tyagaraja Swami of Tiruvarur. Very coincidentally, Sri Tyagaraja Swami's annual Brahmotsavam is presently going on, and today happens to be the 3rd day of the festival. This Brahmotsavam goes on for 55 long days and is considered as the longest temple festival happening in South India. Let us all together present this Varnam at Sri Tyagaraja's feet. Ladies and gentlemen, Padavarnam Rupamujuchi in Ragam Todi and Talam Adi.
ri. Okay? Da. Ora. Ga. Ta. Ora. Da. Okay? Da. Ana. Ga. Jum. Ta. Ri. Okay? Da. Ora. Ga. Ta. 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 Kita. Na. Ga. Jum. Ta. Ri. Kita. Ta. Ga. Ta. Ta. Kita. Na. Ga. Jum. Ta. Ri. Kita. Ta. Ga. Ta. Jump, Di tom, di tak, tom, di tom, di tak, tom, di tom, di tak, di tom.
performing one such Devaranama, Jaganmohanane Krishna, composed by the great Purandaradasa. This composition of Purandaradasa, he sings in praise of Krishna and remembers many of Krishna's stories. He says Krishna is the most beloved and the protector of the whole universe. He also goes on to quote stories of how he took the incarnation of Vamana and the episode of how Bali Chakravarti was sent to Patalam. He sings many praises of the Lord and his stories about various incarnations that the Lord has taken. Composed by the great Purandaradasa. Purandaradasa was a Haridasa, a philosopher and a follower of Madhvacharya's Dvaita philosophy, hailed from Karnataka. He was a composer, singer, and one of the chief founding proponents of Carnatic music. In honor of his significant contributions to Carnatic music, he is widely referred to as the Pitamaha, father or the grandfather of the Carnatic music. According to a legend, he is considered as the incarnation of Saint Narada. Upcoming presentation of Devaranama set in Ragamalika, Aditala. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaganmohanane Krishna. She has been singing only his praises and prayers, yet he has been indifferent to her yearning. She goes on to quote an episode where he comes to rescue of Gajaraja. Hence she sings about her Lord with an undeterred yearning to reach his lotus feet. Palikina Matalu Vinaleda, set in Ragam, Shankarabharanam and Aditalam. Ladies and gentlemen, Palikina Matalu Vinaleda.
పలుమారు నిన్నే వేడి దినములు పలుమారు నిన్నే వేడి దినములు భక్తితో ఆడి పాడి బోగడి పలుమారు నిన్నే వేడి దినములు భక్తితో ఆడి పాడి బోగడి పలుమారు నిన్నే వేడి దినములు భక్తితో ఆడి పాడి బోగడి పలిగిన మాటలు వినలేదా నన్ను పాలించు చూడకు దయలేదా రామ పలిగిన మాటలు వినలేదా ఒకసారి పిలిచిన గజరాజుని వేగమే వచ్చి బ్రోవలేదా ఒకసారి పిలిచిన గజరాజుని వేగమే వచ్చి బ్రోవలేదా ఒకసారి
After Palikina Matalu Vinaleda, our next composition chosen for today's evening is once again by the great Muthuswami Dikshitar, a South Indian poet, singer, and veena player, and a legendary composer of Indian classical music, who is considered one of the musical trinity of Carnatic music. His compositions are commonly known and are noted for their elaborate and poetic descriptions of Hindu gods and temples, and for capturing the essence of raga forms through the Vainika style that emphasizes gamakas. They are typically in a slow speed, Chauka Kala. He is also known by his signature name of Guru Guha, which is also his mudra and can be found in each of his songs. His compositions are widely sung and played in classical concerts of Carnatic music. Avani will now be performing one of Dikshitar's brilliantly beautiful composition in praise of Devi, the mother goddess, set in ragam Dvijavanti and Aditalam. Dikshitar praises Devi Akhilandeshwari as the one who is adept in the traditions of Agama Vedas. Her inherent nature pervades all the worlds. She is Vimala, the purest. She is Nirmala, the virtuous and the sublime one. She is Shamala, the dark complexioned one, and is the repository of all arts. She is known to possess shiny long tresses and always sports a graceful smile. She is the supreme one worshipped by Saraswati. She is the bestower of boons and the daughter of Himavan, the king of mountains. She is Sharada, venerated by Indra and Vishnu. She is extolled through Raga Dvijavanti and takes delight in music of the instruments like Jalli, Maddala, and Jarjara. She is the conferrer of supreme knowledge. The one key story which appears in the song is that of Lambodara Guruguha Pujite, which talks about goddess Akhilandeshwari being worshipped by Ganapati and Guruguha, Subramanya. This pertains to the goddess being in the state of anger, which was dissipated by Adi Shankara, who took all the anger in the form of tadanga, or earrings, and put it on the ears of the goddess, and also put the idols of Ganapati and Muruga in front of goddess so that she sees both her sons all the time and hence becomes pacified. This is the unbelievably beautiful description this composition has about Mother Goddess, written by none other than Dikshitar. Ladies and gentlemen, Akhilandeshwari Rakshamam. After Akhilandeshwari Rakshamam in Dvijavanti, we now move on to the next composition. Our next composition for today's evening is Tillana. The Tillana chosen for today is a beautiful composition of Sri Lalgudi G. Jayaraman. Lalgudi Gopala Jayaraman was an Indian Carnatic violinist, vocalist and composer. He expanded the style of violin playing by inventing a new technique that is designed to suit the needs of Indian classical music and establishing a unique style that came to be known as Lalgudi Bani. Jayaraman composed several kritis, tillanas and varnams and dance compositions which are a blend of raga and bhava, or rhythm and lyrical beauty. Lalgudi's instrumental talent comes to the fore in the form of lyrical excellence. He brought vocal style into violin, and his renditions exhibit knowledge of lyrical content of the compositions. The Bharatanatyam Margam believes in ending on a high note, thus the Tillana is sprightly, lively dance. The upcoming Tillana would be the concluding number of today's evening of Bharatanatyam Arangetram. It's a pure Nritta composition at a fast pace with complex footwork. The postures and steps used in Tillana draw a lot of inspiration from temple art, and hence the audience can see some imagery that resemble paintings or sculptures that one gets to see in Indian temples. Tillana consists of Chullukatta, sung in a particular ragam. The Tillana has a pallavi, anupallavi and a charanam. The charanam could have a sahitya or lyrics, which gives the dancer some room for abhinaya. This part is usually in bhakti rasa. Today's Tillana is set to ragam Revati and talam Mishra Chapu. Tillana will then be followed by a mangalam set in ragam Revati and ekatalam composed by Sri Adi Shankaracharya. Ladies and gentlemen, Tillana and mangalam.
Tum चादर्शकं निर्मलम् छत्रं चामरं योर्युगं यजनकं चादर्शकं निर्मलम् मृदङ्गकाहलकला गीतं च नृत्यं तथा मृदङ्गकाहलकला गीतं च नृत्यं तथा साष्टाङ्गं प्रणति स्तुति बहुविध एत समस्तमया साष्टाङ्गं प्रणति स्तुति बहुविध एत समस्तमया सङ्कल्पेन समर्पितं तव विभो पूजां गृहाण प्रभो सङ्कल्पेन समर्पितं तव विभो पूजां गृहाण प्रभो पूजां गृहाण प्रभो पूजां गृहाण प्रभो पूजां गृहाण प्रभो
Ladies and gentlemen, after witnessing Kumari Avani's engagement presentation today, it is now time for us to honor our chief guest. On that note, let me with all my heart welcome each one of you and also our chief guest to the dais, starting with Dr. Maithili Marat Anup. Dr. Maithili is an associate professor and coordinator, Department of Fine and Performing Arts, Geetham University, Hyderabad campus, and founder, Moham Attakalari. Dr. Maithili is an ICCR empaneled artist undergoing advanced training under Guru Kalamandalam Srimavati and Guru Sadanam Balakrishna. Has learned briefly at Nalanda, Mumbai and Shrutilaya. Dr. Maithili has a long association with Dasyam, founded by Srimati Gopika Verma as a student, instructor and performer. Her learning also took her to Natana Kairali, where she underwent 4 phases of Navarasa Sadhana workshop under Guru G. Venu and pursues the Desi Mohiniyattam repertoire from Guru Nirmala Pandya. Dr. Maithili founded Moham Attakalari, an institute based in Hyderabad, initiated by Maithili 7 years ago to promote the dance form of Mohiniyattam. She was felicitated by Telangana Sangeet Natak Academy in 2020 for her efforts in teaching and performing the dance in Telangana. Dr. Maithili believes in the power of art to make a better world and better people. She has composed her own repertoire, which includes Telugu compositions, Sufi compositions, and Strivesham Padams from Kathakali, in addition to the traditional. She has received recognitions such as the Padmavati Puraskar and Yuva Kalaratna and Amrapali Award. Dr. Maithili Anupji, it is a pleasure to have you with us this evening. A small token of love from Narayani Natyalaya and Kumari Avani's family. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now welcome our chief guest, Dr. Kiranmayi Bonala. Born into a family of artists, Dr. Kiranmayi started learning dance at a very tender age of 4 years. Her initial guru was none other than her beloved mother, Guru Srimati Padma Kalyan Garu. Later, she had extensive advanced training under Gurus Sri Pashumati Ramalinga Shastri Garu, Dr. Padma Shri Shobha Naidu Garu in Kuchipudi, and on the other hand, Srimati N. Suvarnalata Garu and Padma Shri Komalawardhan Garu in Bharatanatyam. Dr. Kiranmayi Garu is an empaneled artist in ICCR as a teacher cum performer. She has also been posted in Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Embassy of India in Hanoi, Vietnam. She is also a graded artist in Doordarshan, Hyderabad. Dr. Kiranmayi also served as principal in Sanchalana School of Dance, affiliated to Prachin Kala Kendra, and got appreciation from Prachin Kala Kendra as Best Performing Branch. She also has an extensive experience of teaching in schools for more than 20 years. She is the founder of Sammohana Arts Academy, serving Indian arts and culture. She also is assistant editor for the Dance India magazine. She has also been actively participating in Samskara Bharati and Nritya Vibhag Pramukh in Telangana state. Sri Annarao Garu has been writing a lot of articles in Hans India. He's been a connoisseur of arts and an art critique. It's a pleasure to have you with us this evening, sir. Avani's family also would like to share a small token of love to Santosh Anna. Dr. Maithili Anupji to speak a few words and share her experience to have been with us this evening.
Namaskaram and a very good evening to all. First of all, it's an honor for me to be here and to witness this performance. There's very little to be said because the heart is full. It was brilliant in terms of the compositions, the choreography, and Avani's presentations. The musicians all coordinated perfectly, with the guidance of Guru Santosh. I think they worked in such perfect unison and also giving the best support that Avani could get. There's very little to be said because very little in the sense, if one starts talking, there's a lot. Because in terms of the variety of choreographies, the variety of ragams used, the themes that were brought in, the different mythologies that were brought in, there was so much of variety that Avani got a very good opportunity to prove her versatility. So, I mean, if we just consider the last two pieces, the Akhilandeshwari, the composure with which she held those quiet, still poses, and from there she moved on to that sprightly Tillana. So that itself shows the range that she has, over these years accomplished under the training of her guru. And I have very little to say because I'm thoroughly impressed, and I think I have a lot to learn from Guru Santosh ji. Yes, and all the best. Congratulations to the musicians, to the Guru, to Avani and her family, and all the best. I hope Avani continues dancing. Yes, wishing her greater successes in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your words will be cherished by us for very long. I now request our Chief Guest, Dr. Kiranmayi Garu, to speak a few words and share her experience.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I would like to talk in Telugu so that I can express my happiness. మాతృభాషలో ఎక్కువగా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయడం ఈజీ అని అనుకుంటున్నాను. పూర్తి భోజనం తిన్న తర్వాత పాన్ వేసుకొని అంతా అయిపోయిన తర్వాత కూడా మళ్ళీ ఈ మీటింగ్ అన్నది నిజంగా అనవసరం. కానీ ఒక డాన్సర్కి మటుకు ఈ మీటింగ్ చాలా అవసరం. తనకి వచ్చే ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్ ఈ వర్డ్స్ తోటే రేపొద్దున తను ఎంత పెద్ద ఆర్టిస్ట్ అయినా అరంగేట్రంలో విన్న అప్రిసియేషన్ జీవితాంతం గుర్తుంటుంది. అందుకనే ఆ అమ్మాయిని అభినందించాలి కాబట్టి ఈ మీటింగ్ లాంటివి ఉండాలి. కానీ అంత మంచి ప్రోగ్రామ్ చూసిన తర్వాత మీటింగ్ మామూలుగా అయితే అనవసరం. ఐ హోప్ యూ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఐ సెడ్. చాలా మంది ఆర్టిస్టులు ఒక రేంజ్ వరకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఆపేస్తారు. బట్ నేను ఎవరికి అయినా ఒకటే చెప్తాను, కష్టాలు సుఖాలు జీవితంలో అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. ఎంత కష్టం వచ్చినా చదువుకుంటూ డాన్స్ది కంటిన్యూ ఖచ్చితంగా చేయాలి. అందులో ఉన్న హ్యాపీనెస్ ఇంకా ఏ ప్రొఫెషన్స్లో రావు. అంటే ఐ డోంట్ నో మిగతా ప్రొఫెషన్స్ నేను చదవలేదు కాబట్టి చెప్పలేను. కానీ డాన్సర్గా అంటే ఒక ఆర్టిస్ట్, ఫైన్ ఆర్ట్స్ పర్ఫార్మింగ్ ఆర్టిస్ట్కి ఉన్న అద్భుతమైన అవకాశం. ఎన్ని కష్టాలైనా స్టేజ్ మీదకి వెళ్ళేటప్పటికీ మర్చిపోతాం. లోపల వచ్చి అమ్మ కాళ్ళ నొప్పులు చేతుల నొప్పులు అనే పిల్లలు కూడా స్టేజ్ మీద నుంచుంటాము అని అంటే వాళ్ళ అంగసౌష్ఠవం దగ్గర నుంచి చాలా అలర్ట్గా ఉంటుంది. అంత అలర్ట్నెస్ ఇస్తారు భగవంతుడు, అంత ఎనర్జీ ఇస్తారు. And I really liked Avani's Utplavanas, Brahmaris, and the Udghatitas and the కుదిచ్చమెట్టడువు వెరీ నైస్లీ. బికాస్ ఆ ఒక్క కుదిచ్చమెట్టడువు చూస్తే చెప్పచ్చు ఆ అమ్మాయి ఎంత ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసింది అన్నది. అండ్ లాస్ట్ ఐటమ్కి కూడా అంతే ఎనర్జీ తోటి తను ఉత్ప్లవనాస్ చేస్తూ ఉంటే అబ్బా ఇంకా చెంగుమని ఒక లేడీ ఎగిరినట్టు అనిపించింది. సో యూ మెయింటైన్ దాట్, యూ ప్రాక్టీస్ వెల్. ఒక శిల్పికి అందమైన రాయి దొరకడం ఎంత ఇదో, ఆ రాయికి కూడా మంచి శిల్పి దొరకడం కూడా అంతే అదృష్టం. గురువుకి తగ్గ శిష్యురాలు, శిష్యురాలకి తగ్గ గురువు. అండ్ నేనంత పెద్దదాన్ని కాదు సంతోష్ అన్నని మెచ్చుకునే అంత, బట్ రియల్లీ ఐ లైక్ ద వే హీ డిడ్ నట్వాంగం. నాకు తోడి వర్ణం అది చాలా కష్టమైన వర్ణం. రూపము చూసి నేర్చుకున్నారా అని ఎవరన్నా అడిగితే అమ్మో అది వచ్చా అని అనేవారు మేము నేర్చుకునే టైంలో. ఇంత చిన్న వయసులో ఆ వర్ణాన్ని ఎంత బ్యాలెన్స్డ్గా చేసింది అంటే ఐ కెనాట్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ దట్. నేను ఫస్ట్ ఫయ్యంగానే చెప్పాను, అంత బ్యాలెన్స్డ్గా సస్టైనబిలిటీ, తన ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్ అంతా సస్టైన్ చేస్తూ ఎక్కడ అలిసిపోయాను అని అనిపించుకోకుండా పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ చేసింది. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ కాలింగ్ మీ సో దట్ ఐ ఎంజాయ్డ్ ఫుల్ థరో మార్గం. ఇవాళ రేపు ప్రోగ్రామ్కి వెళ్తే 10 నిమిషాలు చేసి బయటకు వచ్చేస్తున్నారు. 2-3 గంటలు మేకప్ చేసుకుంటారు, 10 నిమిషాలు మటుకే స్టేజ్ మీద ఉంటారు. అలాంటిది పూర్తి మార్గం చేసిన తన ఫేస్లో ఇంత అలసట లేదు. అండ్ దీనికి ప్రాణం ఆర్కెస్ట్రా. వాళ్ళందరూ నాకు చాలా ఏళ్ళగా తెలుసు. వెంకటేష్ గారు కానీ, సుధాకర్ గారు కానీ, శ్రీనివాస్ గారు కానీ. నేను అంటే ఫస్ట్ టైం చూసింది వోకలిస్ట్. చాలా అంటే చాలా బాగుంది. వాళ్ళు పెట్టిన ప్రాణం, ఈ అమ్మాయి చూపించినది అన్నీ కలిపితేనే ఒక విందు అంతే. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ కాలింగ్ మీ అండ్ గాడ్ బ్లెస్ యూ. ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్. డోంట్ డిస్కంటిన్యూ.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'd now like to request our guest, Professor Balasubramaniam ji, to speak a few words.
The guests on the stage, to the chief protagonist of the evening, Avani Kashyap, to our guru, Sri Santosh Kumar Tamang, to our parents, Professor Sumohana and Krupa, and to everyone else in the auditorium, a very good evening. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Avani and her team for this wonderful performance. Let me also add that I am acutely aware that I am the last man standing between you and a sumptuous dinner. If you are wondering what I am doing on the stage amidst these illustrious people, well, you are not the only one wondering. My only foray into dance dates back to my school days, when the most preferred corporal punishment meted out by my teachers was to make us stand in Aramandi, often without the support of the wall. Perhaps they wanted to make living examples of human vertebrates out of us. So it's clear that I'm at a very disadvantageous position to lavish praise on Avani or the nuances of her art. It would be very funny if I were to start talking about how fluidic our movements were interspersed with crisp pauses, or about the choice of songs and the sequence of it. So I'll eschew all that and confine myself to what struck me as I witnessed this performance. Perhaps just two among them. In the introduction, it was said, Arangetram means ascending the stage. Yes, that's the literal meaning perhaps. But as I sat there watching her perform, I thought Avani put a new spin, gave a new interpretation to Arangetram itself. If you look at the word Arangetram, you could split it as Aranga and Etram. Aranga means the darbar, the stage. Etram also means enhancement or aggrandizement. I think it's no exaggeration to say that with the visual appeal, splendor, and the grandeur that she showed, she actually aggrandized the stage, enhanced the stage itself, not just her performance. That was something that was stunning for me. This also leads me to the second observation that I would like to make. Having been exposed only to musical concerts, to witness this performance was an eye-opener. Of course, now I do believe there are 206 bones in the body. If you were to walk into a music concert, any traditional form of art, music, classical, Carnatic or Hindustani, to appreciate it, you would have to be at a higher rung of the evolutionary ladder. If you walk into a discotheque, your body starts to shake, starts to vibrate because the bass beats. But if you were sitting in a Carnatic kacheri or a Hindustani instrumental recital, when the singer or a flautist, when he stays on a note without any frayed edges for a few rhythmic cycles, he or she subconsciously is sending you deeper within yourself. And you need to be receptive to that, which means you need to come prepared for it. So when we look at music, they said like this is the first dance performance that I have probably sat through fully. I see a lot of similarities. Yes. What they call Alaripu and the way they have done it. I think if you look at Hindustani instrumental, they say Alap, Jor, Jala, and that's the way it goes. Perhaps there are some similarities. But there was one distinct difference I thought, thanks to Avani to have made me aware of today. Music is largely oral, but dance is visual. All the time, you're concentrating on the dancer, and oftentimes we might just go back with what meet the eye. But the intangibles, the unseen, often is forgotten. Of course, there is the part which we all appreciate, the hours of practice, the dexterity that has been imbibed, the constant alertness for extended periods of time, and the way a dancer weaves a visual story. Yes, and all the compromise, often even the sacrifices that her family and the dancer herself is called upon to make. This is definitely unseen, but perhaps you could call this the known unseen. And today, I was made aware of an unknown unseen. When you walk into a music concert, oftentimes you close your eyes and soak in the moment. That's what perhaps sometimes we do when we stand in front of the idol also. But dance allows no such opportunity. Constantly, one of your senses is being bombarded, and still you are mesmerized. Avani, every time she molded and remolded herself from one form to another, when she sculpted herself and resculpted herself from one posture to another, subconsciously or unconsciously, she was making her minds meander towards where she wants to take her. It's as if she was telling us, you just park yourself here and I will take you where I want you to be. It is really hypnotism with your eyes wide open. Thank you, Avani, for this. In the introduction, it was also said that if you want to reach the divine, you have to become one. So in the Hindu, I think it's perhaps very characteristic of the Hindu culture ethos to take something very seemingly ordinary and mundane and making it very sublime and divine. In the Hindu school of thought, there are these three ways of reaching God: karma, bhakti, and jnana. But it was sage Yajnavalkya who said that music and art also forms a path towards God. If you needed any further proof for that, I think Avani's performance should rank as the next one. Thank you, Avani. Thank you very much. And thanks all. May I request to be allowed to give something as a token of my love and appreciation for Avani. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to request our chief guest, Anna Rao Garu, to speak a few words.
My greetings to the guests on the dais and all the audience assembled here. I must have seen more than 100 Arangetrams, but this is one of the memorable ones. The orchestra provided perfect support, and the Guru has molded his Shishya superbly. It is not an easy task to perform such heavy pieces at such a young age, and she has proved very mature and capable in her abilities to show us all her strengths in these superb items, which have been composed by great masters and have been handed over the years as precious heirlooms for us to cherish as part of our cultural heritage. The Sanchari Bhavas especially were very well brought out in the Varnam. And the Padavarnam, that is, as Guru Kiranmai has said, it's a very elaborate piece which has to be done with great care. And especially I like the way she showed the movements of the crocodile and immediately switched to the elephant-like gait. So I think most of what I would like to have said has already been said by those who have talked before me. So I won't test your patience anymore. So thank you all for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce everyone once again to our music ensemble, the most important team who have always been the pillars of support to our school, Sri Narayani Natyalaya, for most of our previous shows as well. We extend our respect, love, appreciation, and gratitude for their support. On vocals, we had Sri Jayakumar Bharadwaj from Chennai, Sri Jayakumar Bharadwaj.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Guru Paramparaye Namo Namaha. I'm very happy today. It's the hard work of Avani's which has made me to stand and say few words. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and all the dignitaries who are sitting here as a chief guest. Though they are young, few of them, but very exposed, experience in the art form of Kuchipudi, Mohiniyattam, and their respective fields. I thank you, sir, for all of you coming here and making the day which we will cherish all of our life. నిరంతరంగా కృషి చేయాలి. దానికి ఉదాహరణ మనం చూసాం ఈరోజు అవని. చిన్నప్పుడు 5 సంవత్సరాలు ఉన్నప్పుడు అతను నా దగ్గర రావడం, 2014లో వాళ్ళ తల్లిదండ్రులు తీసుకురావడం, చిన్న బుజ్జి పాప 5 సంవత్సరం అంటే నడకరాని పాప. నిజంగా చెప్పాలంటే చాలా కష్టపడుద్ది. 2 సంవత్సరాలతో ఏడ్చేసేది. అరబళ్ళు కూర్చోవడం, నాట్యం చేయడం, ఇట్స్ నాట్ అన్ ఈజీ థింగ్. It needs a lot of courage. It takes time for the child to start loving the art. That's the most beautiful part of dancing, is start loving the art. When you start loving your own dance, definitely become a dancer. Nobody can stop. Many try to stop me, but I love my dance. So it's the kripa of my Guru and blessings of all the teachers, parents, friends, the encouragement I have received from my seniors. Number of experience of years of hard work today Avani has put on. That experience which we have carried on through our gurus. I request Avani and their family members see that she is continuing the art form, because dancing on the stage is not an easy, and continuing the repertoire is the difficult task in today's modern period. I catch hold the roots as my Guru has done, as my Parama Guru Muthukumara Pillai Tata of Kattumannar Koil has preserved the art, how my Guru Vidwan T. Keshav Narayan and Jalakshmi Narayan Garu and my present mentor Srimati Gayatri Keshavan has retained. Gayatri Akka, who is 70 years, still she's on the stage. So this shows that how our Indian tradition, our culture bonds us in one unity. Today, I am very heartful and grateful to all the musicians who have cooperated with a lot of difficulties. There are some medical issues, a lot of other problems were going on. Transport, because I stay in another corner of the city and my musician stays on another corner of the city. Still coming, helping Avani, giving respect to me, and making this performance a success. Thank you so much, each and everyone who had come here and made the performance a grandeur. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Namaskaram. Swasti. Today evening, Nikhil Natarajan, who is a student of Sri Narayani Natyalaya, has been a part of many of the performances. I've been giving his beautiful voice on the mic, a beautiful voice which explains the traditional of what we present. The voice of Sri Narayani Natyalaya as an anchoring. I call Nikhil to come and take a small memento from Avani family, parents.
We extend our thanks to the tailors from Tanjore, Tamil Nadu, who have done the costumes for Kumari Avani. Sri Srinivas and Srimati Gainu Maya Tamang, who have made Avani look more beautiful this evening with their makeup. We extend our thanks to Sri Basavaraju for his support with the perfect sound and lighting. We also extend our thanks to Sri D. Rahul Kashyap for photography. We extend our thanks to the team of Shilpakala Vedika Hyderabad for giving us this beautiful stage to perform. We extend our thanks to all the reporters from the media who have covered the show. Thank you so much for the support. I now invite founder, director, Sri Narayani Natyalaya, Sri Santosh Anna, to the stage. Anna will be presenting Kumari Avani her certificate of completion of Arangetram under his guidance. I now invite Avani to give away the vote of thanks.
Good evening to everyone present here. My name is Avani Kashyap. So before I start, I would just like to say, today does not mark the destination I've been trying to get to, but it marks the start of a journey I will cherish for my whole life. A journey that has been made possible by my guru and my parents. So I'd like to begin by introducing my guru, Sri Santosh Kumar Tamang. So I began learning under Mama in 2014, and I cannot express how appreciative I am to him for making these 9 years worthwhile. So thank you, Mama, for those extended evenings during which you gave all of your attention to helping me become better. I appreciate you singing every song, every day, even when you weren't feeling your best. I want to thank you for helping me improve my dancing over the past few months and for showing me how dance has a lot of symbolic value. Thank you for making it possible for me to be standing here right now. Moreover, I would like to introduce my parents, Krupa and Sumohana. They helped me follow my passion all these years, and they continue to be my biggest supporters. They have always been my closest friends and biggest well-wishers, whether it was getting me to practice or inspiring me when I felt overwhelmed. Without your love, support, and guidance, I'm confident that I would not be where I am today. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you've sacrificed for me more than words can convey. Following, I would also like to sincerely thank my grandparents for showing me so much affection at a time when I needed it more than ever. Thank you, Ajji and Tata, for showering with me with your love, with your delicious snacks every day before class, and for accompanying me to class many a times. Next, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to each and every musician that performed with me tonight. Thank you, Jayakumar Anna, for uplifting my performance with your mesmerizing vocals. Our conversations this past week have been so enjoyable and memorable, and I will never forget the valuable advice you offered me these last couple days. Thank you for being so patient with me throughout the Margam and putting in your 100% every time you captivate us with your voice. I'm also very grateful to Srinivas Karragaru for the exquisitely detailed Mridangam. Thank you, Anna, for being part of us even with your hardships. Thank you, Rayaprolu Sudhakar Garu, for the lovely Veena subtleties you displayed. I'm also very grateful to Venkatesh Garu for entrancing us with his divine flute. I immensely thank you for playing the Ghatam so beautifully, Ravikumar Garu. Once again, thank you, Santosh Mama, for indirectly dancing with me through your Nattumangam. Following, I would like to specially thank two of my cutest little friends, Soma and Urvija. These two were the most energetic, delightful companions I could have asked for. Thank you, girls, for practicing with me every day and lifting my spirits every class. I would also like to thank Mama's mother, Dadi, for motivating me every day in class with her refreshing tea. Thank you, Gyanu auntie, for doing my hair so well today and inspiring me in the break to continue. Thank you, Vinod uncle, for always cheering me on before class. I would also like to offer my special thanks to Mauli uncle for the beautiful puja this evening, and to Shilpa auntie for the nutritious dry fruit laddus that kept me going these past 2 months. Now, I would like to give thanks to all my fellow dance mates for practicing with me every week. Thank you, Lavanya Akka and Harish Mama, for cheering me on, even from the US. Akka, you have always been one of my biggest inspirations. Thank you, Manavi, Michelle, Asmita, Ankita, Padma, and Gauri for dancing with me and supporting me all these years. Thank you, Badri Mama, Sujata Auntie, Surabhi Akka, Parashar Mama, Tunga Aji, Krishnan Tata, Vatsala Aji, Vanaja Aji, Amuja Aji, and Pranita for making it all the way from Mysore. Thank you, Sunil Mama, Anju Atte, Dodamma and Dodappa for taking the time out of your busy schedules to visit and support me on my big day. Thank you, Anaga and Dia, for helping me with all the last-minute preparations and sticking by my side till the end. A special thanks to my best friends, Pragna and Pranjali, who traveled all the way from Bangalore with their family just to attend this event. Lastly, I would like to thank Basavaraju Garu for the beautiful lighting and decorations. I would also like to thank Anand Babu for the catering arrangements this evening. Thank you, Srinivas Anna, for the beautiful makeup. Thank you, Shekhar Garu, for the splendid stage arrangement. To everyone who made this evening memorable, either directly or remotely, my sincere thanks. Thank you. Namaskaram.
Thank you, Avani. You were brilliant today. We all pray that Lord Nataraja be with you all through your journey as a dancer and reach greater heights in all your endeavors. I thank each and everyone in the audience, friends, well-wishers of Avani, her family members and relatives, our own little dancers from the dance school, on behalf of Sri Narayani Natyalaya, for being present with us this evening to enjoy Kumari Avani's Arangetram. I request everyone. I would like to inform everyone that there is a sumptuous dinner which is arranged after this. Thank you, one and all. Shubharatri. Also, there is a request to sign the autograph book which is placed outside. Thank you so much.